Well, welcome to the Fabulous Show. I'm your host, Joy Willett, and today we're going to be looking at the beautiful wisdom of letting go so we can create and step into our dream 2026. And we're going to be sharing this with a panel of amazing guests. So, are you ready? Let's talk. Well, hello and welcome to the Fabulous Show and my amazing panel of guests today. Woohoo! Are we ready to step into this wisdom so that we can create that beautiful dream 2026? I sure am. And I'm going to go around and ask you to say your name and where you're beaming in from. All right, Bodie, let's start with you.
I am Bodie Carroll Campagna, and I am beaming in from San Diego, California.
Wonderful, wonderful. Dagmar.
Hi, everyone. Dagmar Fleming here, tuning in from a fabulous Dallas, Texas.
All right. Yay. We got Pacific, we got Central. Courtney, how about you? You're muted right now, darling.
I'm sorry.
That's
so
okay.
my name is Courtney, and I'm actually in Flagler Beach, Florida. I'm on the East Coast, a little bit cloudy today. But.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. And finally, but not least, Jason, where are you beaming in?
Hi, my name is Jason Jurado, and I'm beaming in from Winters, California, right outside Sacramento, California.
Awesome, awesome. Well, welcome to our audiences. And, we're in this new year, aren't we? Wow. And a lot of people at the beginning of the new year kind of go, I want to have resolutions. I'm not going to do this in the new year and all of that. So we thought, my guests and myself, thought it would be really cool to talk about the wisdom of letting go, because a lot of people are having to and choosing to let go in many different ways, many different arenas of their lives. And so let's start. We're going to just hop right into one of our first guest videos and to set the mood. And here we go.
Hi, I'm Dagmar Fleming, and the wisdom of letting go is deeply personal to me. In the numerology, 2025 was a 9-year. It was a year of completion, releasing old patterns, identities, and stories that simply have run their course. And I've seen this in my own life and in the people I work with. If we don't consciously let go, we carry all the energy into a new chapter without realizing it. So as we step into 2026, which is a year one, it is a year of new beginnings, of letting go. And it becomes essential to give yourself permission to move into a new phase of your life. Permission to release who you've been so you can actually make space for who you're becoming next. So to me, letting go is not about giving something up. It's simply about opening yourself to a brand new timeline where the old stories no longer dictate what's possible for you. And that's where the real transformation happens. And most excitingly, when you clear the past, you create space for a quantum leap, my absolute favorite, because that's when the future no longer is limited by what came before it. Are you guys ready for it? Because I sure am. Happy 2026, everyone.
Wow, I love your energy in that, Dagmar, and your wisdom in there. It just, it just kind of goes for me. Just letting it go right now, even in my body as I listen to you. And before we bring you up into the spotlight, so to speak, to share some of your wisdom nuggets and beautiful things about that, I want to just ask, listening to Dagmar right now, what sparked in you some thoughts or insights? Just a few sentences. And I'm going to start with you, Jason. What happened for you when you heard Dagmar speaking?
Well, in the context of letting go, I'm having a little technical difficulty, and the videos are a little behind for me. So unfortunately, I didn't hear her words of wisdom. So I'm a little out of the loop. So maybe one of my other panelists would be able to jump in on that.
Okay, well, we're going to have to, we'll have to figure that one out too. But as you can see, Jason is an expert in letting go. Do you see how calm he is? Right? He is. We're going to be talking with him and getting his gleanings too. Bodie, what say you, dear?
Yeah, I really appreciate her perspective about mindset and quantum and taking quantum leaps and letting go of things that aren't serving us, which I think is something we could all learn to move forward in 2026. So thank you for sharing that, Doug. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you. And Courtney, how about you, dear?
Dagmar, that was beautiful. I really resonated with that because I've been experiencing that for the past 3 years. And it's something that's been on the front of my mind, and it spoke really well to me in alignment. So thank you for that.
Yay, yay. So Dagmar, let's bring you up here into our speaker full view and share some of your wisdom. Where did that come from? I want to know that what spurred you on with those thoughts for letting go, about having to like release something in order to create something. What's the wisdom behind that? And oh, folks, get your pad and paper out too. There's going to be some beautiful wisdom nuggets and for you to take in here. And we also see Jason, one of your friends, is saying hello to you here too. We love our audiences commenting and being part of it. All right, Dagmar.
Well, thank you, Joy. Letting go is very personal to me. Based on my accent, most of you probably can tell I'm not from the United States. I actually came to the U.S. back in 1994, and I had to let go of my upbringing, my societal, cultural concepts to blend into a new culture. Then I spent almost 20 years in global business development before I went into personal transformation. So I had to let go of the identity that I created in a corporate environment before I went into my entrepreneurial journey. It seems like letting go of the old version of you is just part of life. And as we know, the only thing that's constant in life is change. So how do we become less attached to what happened, who we were, to the circumstances that we were part of, so we open ourselves for growth? So letting go to me is simply expanding your capacity for expansion, for new opportunities, for quantum leaping, for having massive upgrades in your lives. And then more flexible we are to look forward instead of backwards, the more will unfold for us. So letting go is not just an emotional decision to me, it's an energetic hygiene practice. Remove the trash, remove the garbage, remove what's holding you back, step into a bright new future.
Oh, I love that. And that is so. I had to do it, Dagmar. I had to do it.
I love it.
So anyways, well, thank you for sharing. And we are going to be hearing more of Dagmar's wisdom as well as everyone's wisdoms going forward. And with that in mind of letting go and in order to create, I'm going to have you listen to our next guest because she is going to have some beautiful things to share also. Here we go.
Deepak Chopra says, in the process of letting go, you will lose many things from the past, but you will find yourself. I've also found that to be true in my life after retiring from the architectural firm that I co-founded and owned for 26 years. I poured my blood, sweat, and tears into that company, so it was harder to leave than I anticipated it would be, and I found myself dealing with grief afterward. I'm grateful, however, that I kept in touch with many employees that I worked with over the entire time I was there. I have found that what brings me much joy is leaving people better than I found them. So I'm so blessed to be an industry consultant for San Diego State, and I mentor their students in several areas of expertise. So in letting go, I have truly gained so much. One of my favorite songs is Little Wonders by Rob Thomas, and the words say, let it go, let it roll right off your shoulder, don't you know? The hardest part is over, let it in. Let your clarity define you in the end. We will only just remember how it feels. Our lives are made in these small hours, these little wonders, these twists and turns of fate.
That is so beautiful. Thank you for sharing that poem also, Bodie. And I'm going to have you come up now. All right. Now, class, we do this little dance here of moving everyone around. And, you know, with you, Bodie, there's so much that you personally have let go of in your life, all your life pretty much. And again, without getting too much into it, but just enough. How do you let go on a daily basis? And why is that important specifically to you, dear? Thank
For
you.
me, I wake up every day with a deep sense of gratitude. As I've shared with you previously, this past year, I had 50 medical appointments and 18 hospital visits alone, despite my healthy appearance. So people often don't understand what I'm going through. But I'm so grateful to wake up with gratitude each day and to realize it's in letting go all the opportunities I have. The ability to give back is what truly changes my life through service and loving others, and just realizing sometimes the things we expect, the apologies that we hope we'll receive, we're never going to get, and the expectations we have for our life sometimes are not coming the way we thought they would be neatly packaged. But oftentimes there's so much more that comes from them, and it's through giving up and letting go that I've found the most joy.
Oh my gosh. And you are that ray of sunshine, Bodie. I mean, you exemplify sunshine, even with your beautiful hair and your smile and how you approach every day as a brand new day. And I think, and I believe, and I'm just going to say that's one of your superpowers, isn't it?
Thank you. I think so. I always say I have God's favor. So I'm truly grateful for each day I'm given to be on the planet and to serve others.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And thank you for all of the gifts. And then let's go around and for what Dagmar has talked about. Bodie, Dagmar, what did you hear in Bodie's message? What spurred in you?
I loved the concept of letting go to let in, which you so beautifully talked about. A lot of time people hold on to a past memory or a negative experience to validate it because it was painful and you maybe were wronged by other people. So we hold on so tightly to what happened, what was, that we don't allow something new to come in. And the release of that memory is perceived as loss. But we forget that by letting go of that experience, we create space for something brand new and magical to come in. So thank you for highlighting that. This is a two-way process. One is to release, but the other one is to open the door to completely brand new you.
I love that. And I have so much fun with those. You guys know me. So Courtney, what Dagmar just said too, tagging off of Bodie and Dagmar, what's coming up for you?
Yeah, I feel that it is really important to what you resist persists. So I often think about that because we always have changes. We're always going to have these emotions. And sometimes we really want to hold on and we want to stay where we are in that moment because it's so amazing, but it's time for a change. And we need to learn to release and let go. And for me, I just follow my intuition and my gut. It serves me every time. So I think it's amazing to step into that possibility to move forward, but still, Bodie, like to hold on to those connections because you still are filled up from them. And that's important too. We don't have to leave everything behind.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I just think it creates more possibility when you let things flow a little bit and follow your gut.
Absolutely. Love that from Courtney. You don't have to leave everything behind.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on to those things that really do bring you joy and contain you at the same time. Be willing to take those next steps. Jason, a couple of words from you, and then we're going to jump into something completely different too.
Yeah, this all reminds me, thank you. And this all reminds me of a quote from Michelangelo when he talked about David that I use with my clients all the time. There's two versions of it I want to share because one's more spiritual, which I use a lot, and the other one's just more pragmatic. They asked him about how he did David, how he made it so magical and happen. And he said, I saw the angel in the marble and carved until I set him free.
Yeah.
And the other one is also is paraphrased as, I just removed everything that wasn't David. And so to Bodie's quote to start off talking about, you let a lot of things go when you find yourself. I think that's what it's all about. It's not about adding stuff to your life. It's about letting go what's not serving you anymore. And that's the key to letting go.
Oh my gosh. Hold on. Hold please. Wow. Okay, everyone write that down too, okay? We're going to be getting back to all of these beautiful wisdom keepers about letting go and the power of it and why we do it and how to do it. We're going to talk a little bit later about how to do it. But first, we have a song. And Jason, thank you, thank you, thank you. Absolutely beautiful wisdom. Here we go.
Every new beginning starts in the heart, long before the clock strikes midnight. When the quiet of the evening holds the last light of the year, every joy and every sorrow whispers what brought us here. Though the road was winding, still your heart learned how to shine. There's a new dawn gently rising, and it's calling you this time. Take a breath, let go of what has been. In the hush before tomorrow, you can feel this is the moment to begin again. A new light rising from within. Wherever you're standing, hope is your friend, and love will meet you when you begin. Across the ocean, every dream in someone's hand, every heart that's still believing builds a bridge across the land. We are many, we are different, but love remains the same. When we lift each other higher, every soul can rise again. One heart beating, one world breathing, one love healing every broken year. Hands together, now and forever. Feel the new day drawing near. This is the moment to begin again. A new light rising from within. Oh, wherever you're standing, hope is your friend, and love with the very first step this year.
Ah, that is a really beautiful song about beginning again. And we are at this new year. And yes, Gloria, Grace, lovely song and message. And for some people, it's hard to let go. For some people, they want to let go, right? It's kind of like that mixture, like, woohoo, we're in a new year. What can I let go of? What do I need to let go of? Or I'm comfortable enough. Let's just keep the status quo going, right? So, Bodie, what do you have to say? What did that song say to you? And in light of that, we're in a new year and we're here to create this beautiful dream new year authentically as ourselves.
Well, I'm not going to lie. I was grabbing Shazam and trying to stick it up to my earphones so I could hear what song it was. I thought it was fantastic. And everything about it. It talked about beginning anew and letting go and moving forward. All of the entire thing we're discussing today was so beautifully embodied in the lyrics. So I'm hoping you can share the song or we can find it somewhere.
It's one of our original Tamara Hunter productions. So you will find it on the show here. And so anyways, yes, she is, and our production team has been creating specific, beautiful songs just for our shows. And there's Tamara. So yeah, isn't it great? Isn't it beautiful?
I loved every bit of the lyrics. I was writing it down as fast as I could.
Oh, you're so sweet. Well, we'll see if we can get the actual show. Otherwise, you can watch the show. Everyone can watch these shows later on. We're streaming live on E360 TV on the Pop and Entertainment channel, our channel there, as well as we're streaming live on YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, all of that. Tamara's saying thank you to you, dear. Yay. So, Courtney, that song, what stirred up, welled up, what came to mind and heart for you listening to that?
I actually got a little bit emotional. I wasn't really expecting that. It was a beautiful song. But the one thing that hit me in I don't know what part with what part of the lyrics, but I realized that we're all each our own amazing, unique signature in this world. And if we do not let go, we are holding back and not being that vehicle as a gift for somebody else that may need you. It could be something so simple, but they might need to hear it. So your letting go is not just about you moving forward. It is about the energy that you're going to put off and all the people around you that you will truly impact, because they pick up, everybody picks up on everyone's energy. So it's almost a responsibility, but it's how it brings us together. So it's truly a gift. That's honestly what came up.
Oh my gosh, I love that. And hold, please. Beautiful. I love that, Courtney. Yeah. That not letting go. Well, if we're not ourselves, let go of all the things that is not us. Because if we're not doing that, we're not emitting our beautiful frequencies to each other. And that's the gift, isn't it? I'm paraphrasing some of what you said, some of what Jason said. Jason, what say you on this song that you just heard?
I think the beautiful thing about music and art is that it connects our conscious mind and our unconscious mind. It allows them a space to cohabitate with each other. And if you've ever heard a song we all have growing up or whatever point where you say, oh, this song, it says what I can't express. And I think that shows that, if someone was to tell you the words in that song, you might be like, oh, what do you know? But you hear it in that beautiful format and it really expresses something deeper in us. And that's the key. That's the unconscious mind saying, hey, I hear you. I've been trying to tell that message. And I know we were saying succinct, but I just want to say real quick, a quick little tale that Wayne Dyer shares. He says, imagine you're standing at the edge of a cliff You're ready to leap off into this new place. You have your wings, but you're holding on to all that, those rocks that are holding you back, and you leap off the cliff. You're not going to fly. So you have to let go of that weight. And that's what letting go does, is you let go of that weight from the past so you can soar. And that's what we want to do, is soar into the new year.
Oh my gosh, you bet. Well, so with that all in mind, here's something to take in even more.
Hello, I'm Jason Jurado. The wisdom of letting go to create the best 2026 is important to me personally because I've lived and seen how detrimental it can be when you hold on to things and they keep you from living your life of purpose. Learning to let go of those things that no longer serve you and no longer support you in your endeavors and your mission allows you to open space for inviting in the things that will, giving you on your path, taking your journey, and having an amazing 2026.
Yes, and Jason, I'm going to bring you up now. We're going to do this little dance here. We do this little dance with our studio. And I'd like you to share even more because you seem to have so much beautiful wisdom also, like everyone here on our show here, about letting go. And I know for you personally, you've had to let go in a lot of different arenas in your life. And you also are guiding people now on how to let go. And so tell us, what is that about letting go? Why is it so important anyways?
It's the lived experience, right? That's the key to the work that we do. Is it's very important that you understand. You could explain to someone what an orange tastes like, but if you've never tasted one, it's a challenge. I was born a healer. I was born at a young age. I knew that's what my calling was. I didn't know what it meant or what it was, but I was very emotional in that. I was very emotional. I sensed things. I felt things, but there was no talk about it. There was no mentor. This is the early 1970s, and boys don't cry and you don't show emotion and all that stuff. That's not the context of our show, so I won't go into all that. But I grew up with that. That was the challenges that I had personally, to where I couldn't truly be who I was because of that. And so I held on to those limit, we call them limiting beliefs, limiting decisions you're made in life. And I held on to those for a very long time. And I had this gift, but I was hesitant to share it. And so I couldn't fully step into who I was because of holding on to all those limiting beliefs and all that stuff that came from someone else, those filters that I was seeing the world through, so to speak. And so through my life and, through different training and different things and different experiences, I was able to step back and say, no, that's not who you are. And found my own personal way to let those things go. And once I did that, it's, from rain to sunshine. It's been an amazing, my life, but it did take me 40 years. It took me a long time to get there. And so that's why I'm so driven to help others to not have to wait that long, because I think a lot of us are still holding on to stuff that's keeping us from stepping that new life, that life that's truly for us and our purpose. And that's why shows like this are so amazing, because, something that someone's going to say might trigger a thought inside you, said, wait a minute, and help you turn down that new street and take that new path.
Oh, love that. Well, thank you for being on the show too, as well as everyone here. Yeah. So in a few words, what are some of the positive ripples of letting go that you see personally in yourself and with others? And then we're going to come back around to everyone else. So you guys be thinking about this too. Okay. What are the positive ripples? Why do we want to let go? I mean, especially in the new year, right? Why?
Yeah. Being present in life and actually experiencing life. And I love quotes because they help. Like I said, you hear that one thing that does it. And Rabindranath Tagore said that, we are eternal, therefore we have to die constantly.
Ooh.
And that allows us that we have to keep changing. And, everyone has said on the panel, I remember Dagmar talked about the only thing I think it was Dagmar, the only thing that's consistent is change. And we have to realize that in this world. And, the New Year's, the resolution and stuff, people are kind of going, wait a minute, that's not really working out for me, because of they're taking the bigger chunks. But this is a beautiful time, whenever you can find a space to say, hey, I'm going to step back and look at where I'm at in my life, see where I want to go, and then see how I'm going to get there. You know, that it's a beautiful thing. So if it's the new year that does that for people, that's great. Let's take this opportunity. Let's start to list those things out. Hey, where am I at that's not really serving me well? And where do I want to go? And how am I going to get there? And so for me, that's been very important to live. You know, we use the word authentically. That's true. Living authentically, living my life and being happy in this life.
Ooh, being happy. Oh my gosh. Well, we're going to take a little bit of a moment here. I'm seeing a lot of purple hearts. Have you guys been seeing that floating across our screen? And that means something special. So if you know, you know. And that is in honor of one person in particular, but any of our community and guests and loved ones who are no longer here with us. And we remember them with our love, with our hearts, especially at the beginning of this new year, as the Purple Heart Club and the Purple Pen Club. So yay. Yes, we are sending out love and purple pen hearts to the world, because really we're all connected, aren't we? All the time, all the time. So let's go around. Jason, thank you for your wisdom and all of those beautiful thoughts. There are mic drops in everybody talking here. Courtney, what's spurred in you right now, dear?
I guess I can just say that what Jason was saying was everything that I feel and think too. And when you talk about alignment, I know for me, letting go, I've learned, is more about how does it feel for me? If it's this hard discomfort, and it's not a discomfort where we do need to change. There are times that we need to do that and move forward. But if it's not in alignment with me, I know I need to change it. That is that's my compass. That's how I gauge about letting go of things. So Jason kind of said that, and I really love that quote that you said, we're eternal. We need to die to ourselves constantly. I find that absolutely true in my life every week.
Oh, I love that. Absolutely. It was a beautiful, beautiful quote. And thank you for bringing that up, Courtney. And Bodie, what say you right now on all this talk about letting go and being in alignment with ourselves and, you know, uncovering ourself, or uncovering David in the rock, as Jason talked about, uncovering David in the rock.
I know. I love that quote. I wrote that down too, Jason. I have a few you've provided today, so thank you. I really think surrender is what comes to mind when you think of letting go. And if it's through forgiveness, one of my favorite quotes is by Mark Twain that says, "Forgiveness is a fragrance the violet sheds on the hill that is crushed." And what I love about that is you go through a beautiful flower field, and when you let go of a resentment and you need to forgive, you're going to step on a flower, and at that point in time, it's going to emit a beautiful fragrance. And that's what I really see in this year about letting go past hurts, things that don't serve us any longer, just different decisions that I've gotten to make over the years that have been great for me and have been challenging for others. And so I'm grateful for that. Everybody's comments and thoughts today that you've all shared. I'm grateful to be here today.
Oh my gosh. Well, there's something you just said, and I'm going to ask Dagmar to step in on this. You said something about letting go or doing things about others. What was that, Bodie, about?
I said kind of letting go with maybe it's best for you, but it's not necessarily best for others. And you're realizing that.
Okay. Dagmar, run with that ball. We're in the Super Bowl here of wisdom and letting go and creation of what happens when we do something for ourselves, but we know that maybe others, I wonder, right? Yeah.
I think that sometimes we have to look at why we are holding on to the past, because there is a reason. It is a protective mechanism, and there are very charged emotions attached to something what happened. So self-compassion, understanding, releasing judgment is so vital for us to actually move forward. I'll give you an example. One of my clients was an excellent salesperson when she was in the corporate environment. But once she started her own business, she couldn't close a single sale. So on the surface, you would look at her and say, well, what happened? You are a marvelous salesperson. Well, once she started her own business, a memory of her childhood and her very critical father, who was never satisfied with no matter what she did, was replayed in her mind. So she was looking at every potential client as a replay of a story from her childhood. And because that story was painful, it was a very negative experience, she kept judging herself. She kept looking at life through the prism of something that happened decades ago. She was validating the experience, but she also thought that she was protecting herself from failing someone else's expectation. So now you're looking at an experience that from decades ago is being replayed in her mind today. And until she lets go of that perception that the past is no longer valid in her life, that what happened with her father does not have to be present in this moment in her environment, then until she does that, she's going to be stuck in that old story. So letting go allows us to experience something brand new in life, in business, to create new opportunities, new expressions of who you are, so that you're no longer held to something that happened decades ago.
Exactly. Beautiful wisdoms, Dagmar. And that also translates letting go within our relationships, our careers, our family dynamics, with regards to our health, whatever it is that we think that we're making up about the world and ourselves, everything will be viewed from that prism, right? So thank you. Now we're coming into our next guest. So here we go.
Hi, my name is Courtney Hill. And what letting go in 2026 means for me is, well, I'm not even going to call it letting go. I've decided. I've given it quite a bit of thought. And every time I think of those words, I feel a constriction, a limited view, not a boundless view, not a neutrality or a flow. So I've decided to just let it be, and to observe, and to be neutral, and to be open to possibility, and just to not even give it a meaning at all. So moving into 2026, that's my definition of letting go.
I love that, Courtney. Letting it be, right? You're reframing it so that it's really speaking to you. And that is part of your message, isn't it? And as well as, I believe, everybody here on the show. So tell us a little bit about, what is letting it be? Or is that surrender? Or is that alignment? Or is it allowing, or all of the above?
I think it's all the above. I think if you had asked me 6 months ago what letting go meant to me, I would have given a different explanation for it. But for me, without going into it, the last 3 years, we made a move across country. It pretty much changed everything in my life other than my marriage. And then we lost our dog, who, as Joy knows, was very, very dear to me. That dog found me. So that's another story for another time. So there's been a lot of changes that I've had to sit with. I call it being in the muck. Like if you if you're in something and it doesn't feel good, sometimes you have to sit in the quicksand and just be with it, because again, what you resist persists. I sat in a lot of the muck and I felt absolutely everything that I needed to feel. And I knew on the other side of it was going to be a big light, an amazing change, and a different perspective for me. Sorry, I'm getting a little emotional, but
That's okay.
I think it's so important for all of us, because we tend to want to sweep it under the rug, and I don't want to feel this. I know I need to leave this and move this and become a different person and forget about this, but you have to honor yourself. You really need to honor and respect and allow yourself to feel what you're feeling and go through it, because then it's going to move away. And then you're going to feel so much lighter, and you're going to see things that you never saw before. People are going to come around you that were never there before. It's going to be beautiful. It's not going to be easy at times, but it allows you then in the future, when it comes up again, I think you're going to find, at least for me, it becomes a little bit easier to do it again. And you get better at the process, and it just ends up flowing. That was my experience of it. That's the place I've come to with it.
Thank you. That's so beautiful. So beautiful. So beautiful, and such wisdom, Courtney, because, and if you look at Courtney, the light that's around her, besides that she has these beautiful products that she puts on her skin, but she's got a glow. And so when we let go, right? And even when we're feeling those feelings, we're human beings, aren't we? And so it's that paradox of being human, of letting go, whether we choose to let it go or it came about that we had to let it go, i.e. a death of a loved one, a pet, a career change that came upon us, a move, or that we choose to step into something brand new, right? We're stepping into our dream 2026s. So what I'd like each of you to do is go around right now in a few sentences and share what are some of your simple and super quick hacks. Now I use that word hack, but these are wisdom drops. These are wisdom bombs. They really are, everyone. So pay attention. These are experts. Each one of these guests are experts in the art of letting go and the wisdom of it. And it takes, some of us still need to be like taking notes on this, you know? And some of my guests here have already been through it and walk with grace through it. And sometimes, as Courtney says, we sit in the muck, we sit in the quicksand, we are in the fire of it. It's all sorts of things that can happen, but it makes us different too, doesn't it? It makes us different. So what happens? What are some of your simple and super quick hacks of letting go? Jason, I'm going to start with you in a few sentences, because we've got more good juicy stuff to get into here too.
Yeah, and I just want to say real quick about what she was saying is that, no mud, no lotus. And so don't think that it's not a good thing that you have this muck in your life. It's teaching you a lesson. And that's one thing, is to sit with that lesson and say, what is this costing me to hold on to? Is this taking me further? Is this holding me back? So it's just, maybe you meditate, maybe you just take a breath and you sit with it, look at that and think about, what is this? And then release physically too. We hold tension in our bodies and our jaws and our shoulders and we get really tight, just let that release, and just having that release of physicality can help you clear your mind and then look at it from a fresh perspective.
Love it. Love it. No muck, no lotus. Ah, yeah. Beautiful. And releasing. Dagmar, what say you, young lady?
I love what Jason's talking about. What is the cost of holding on? I would encourage our audience to ask one question before that. And that is, why am I holding on? What is my return on investment? what is the payoff of staying in that disempowered state? Whether we know it or not, there is always a reason why we perpetuate a limiting belief, why we're not letting go of what happened to us. There is safety in something that happened. There's safety in knowing that by staying there, you think you're protecting yourself from this happening again. So until you understand what's the payoff of staying in a disempowered state, you will continue to perpetuate it.
Beautiful, beautiful. Absolutely. Our selves, our subconscious minds want us to keep us safe overall, right, Dagmar? And yeah, and it can keep us in that loop. Bodie, what say you, young lady?
I think for me, journaling, it's a practice I have used for decades. And I get up in the morning, I read, I'll have my coffee and devotional and journal, which has been very helpful for me. And I had a really cool thing happen Friday. My dear friend Ginny called me. She just turned 85. We went to her 85th birthday a couple months ago, and she hosted 53 people on a harbor cruise. She said, everybody's coming for my birthday. I'm going to host everybody. And she's an amazing grandma, great grandma. And she said at her Kwanzaa party with her family, her granddaughter came up and shared something. She said, Bodie, what I'm going to do this year is I'm going to keep rolling. 2026, frustrations, life doesn't go my way, just keep rolling, girl. And so that's what she shared with me, that I thought I'm going to embody this year as well.
Oh, cool. So keep rolling, right? The secret to life and happiness. Keep rolling, keep rolling. Ask the reason why we're being stuck, right? What are we getting out of being stuck, right? Look and sit with it, right? In the muck and the mire, so we can get the lesson. And Courtney, what say you now?
I am a big outdoors girl. Growing up in Colorado, I'm outside as much as possible. So I grab my coffee in the morning. It's my non-negotiable time. And if I need to let go of anything from the day before or even during the day, I will either go outside and literally walk barefoot on my backyard on the grass and just be in nature and connect. Or in the morning, I'll sit outside. We have amazing outdoor spaces that I'm so grateful for. And I will sit and journal. Journaling is big for me, but I will also do meditation and just be outside and really connect and do my morning prayer, I call it my morning study, I guess. But really for me, it's nature and that connection that helps me. Also, I will say that one thing that I feel like is really important too, and I do this when I'm either not feeling physically well or emotionally not well, I move. I go for a walk. We have these amazing alleys that are sand, and I will go for a walk. And within a few minutes, your whole neurology shifts. So if you're not feeling good, if you're even not feeling physically well, whatever you can do, just get out, get into sunshine, because that is huge. That will make you feel, increases your dopamine. And then that physical movement will help shift your physiology. And those two things allow you to start letting go and make it easier.
Beautiful. I love that. So we've got a lot of wisdom nuggets and things for our audiences to take from these beautiful people who have the wisdom of truly letting go. We're going to thank you, Courtney. Getting out is one of my big things too. Walking and sunshine and nature. And I know for everyone here it is too. I'm going to play a song, and then we're going to come back with one word that you're each going to share to give our audience for them to create their dream 2026. So this is about celebrating this year right now.
Hey, wherever you are, whatever you're wearing, thanks to E360 TV, this open house party's streaming live, worldwide, and the world's invited. Come on in. You belong here. Come as you are, just step inside. Belong here. In this moment, in this life, hands up, hearts open wide. This is love, this is life. It's a fabulous new year, and you belong here. All right, world, let's count it down together. 10, feel the love alive. 9, leave the past behind. 8, 7, hear the future call. 6, 5, here we go, y'all. 4, 3, feel the energy. 2, 1, this is it. Fireworks hit. You belong. Let's party.
Wow. And we did have a party on New Year's Eve. Some of you actually sent in a beautiful intentional video. We have Dagmar Fleming on there in the show. It was incredible, 3 hours long. And for our audiences, you can go to E360 TV and find our channel on the pop and entertainment section. And we had Tamara just put it there. We had so much fun. And why I wanted to play that today is because we are in January. We are actually in the very beginning month of this new year. And this is the time where we get to choose how to let go, how to be our authentic selves, how to find out the ways to let things roll off our backs, right? And I want our beautiful guests here to give us your words of wisdom, like one word, maybe three at the most. This is going to be like, tight, of what to share with our audiences going forward so they can truly celebrate. We want to celebrate you, our audiences, and everyone here in our show for this new year. Jason, what's your couple of words of wisdom?
Relinquish,
Ooh.
meaning let it go and not have a need for it to have been different.
Ooh, love it. Ooh. Woo, write all these things down, kiddos, or come back and rewatch the replay and comment when you do. Dagmar, what say you?
For me, 2026 is about revolution. So how can you revolutionize your life? How can you evolve to the next version of yourself? Let go of who you were, create your own upheaval, become magnificent.
All right. Well, that was a few more than 3 words, but I love it. I love it. Revolutionize. Courtney, what say you, dear?
I'm going to say shine your authenticity. And I really mean just be you. Don't be somebody else. Just be you authentically.
I love that. I love that. And thank you. Bodie, how about you, dear?
Attitude is everything.
What's that?
Attitude is everything.
Attitude is everything. Yeah. Check your attitude at the door. Why don't we? Yay. Well, thank you all. And I'm going to come in here just to say thank you to our audiences and to my beautiful guests for this incredible, fabulous show. And I hope that you all have gotten some wisdom, some beautiful tips, hints, as well as feel the love that we all have here for you and for your new year going forward. So make it shine, make it beautiful, and make it authentic, right? And Courtney, I'll just share my intention for this year was to be myself because everyone else is taken, right? Yeah. So with that, I'm going to say thank you. Have an amazing week and come back and watch us next week on The F.A.B.U.L.O.U.S Show in 2026. Here we go.